4 more success tips for you. So these are the most important success tips aside from the ones I gave you in this video here. So definitely check out that one too. And this is going to be another 4 for you to use every day to maximize your success. So make sure that you watch this video at the end because these are real success tips that I have used in my own businesses as well as maximized my potential out there in the marketplace. So, use these, and you don't, even if it's not something that you would need in a marketplace, maybe you're not looking to sell anything, but ultimately everything's a sale. But if you're not looking at it to build your business, you can use these also to build your life, the life that you want. This is just general success tips. You can use them business or personal. It doesn't matter. They're just going to maximize your success. So I wrote a list here because I really thought about this. I already gave you 4 amazing ones. And this is another 4 I came up with. So one of the ones I love is working backwards. This is number 1, working backwards. What does that mean? So working backwards is having the idea in your head first. Like, what is the ultimate goal? So last year, I started a podcast. My ultimate goal for my podcast was to get to 60 episodes as fast as I could. It didn't matter how long it took me to get there, just that I met the 60 episode goal. And I set off and figured out what time I could do this, how many guests I could get on a day, how much could I handle in a day in post recording and everything. So I broke it down. I broke down the steps. Well, I can averagely have this many people on a day. I have to switch up my schedule because, my foreign people that are not in the United States, I'm in the United States, their times are totally different. So if I want more people that are globally, I had to adjust my schedule to meet their needs. And I did that so I could reach my goals faster. But I broke it down systematically as I was, filming. I would have a process on how I could film faster. Some things I would let go a little bit more. Like I did a lot of lives, and where it would be minimal editing. I was literally writing down places that we had where we had to go back and correct audio, where we would have to go back and correct lighting. And I make a note of that so I know what to do when I went to post edit. So you can break everything down systematically. If you have a bigger vision, find ways to break it down. Number 2, hire strategically. Now, everybody wants to get to the point in their life that they can hire people. This is in personal and in business. I've had both. I've had people work in my home, either just a repairman to personal help to clean my house, to people that worked on my fencing and my yard, to people that worked in my business with all types of things that I needed to get done that I either didn't know or I needed to offload to free up my time. And the way you hire strategically is a little bit different than just hiring. When you hire strategically, you have a process that you're setting in place on the reasoning why you're hiring a certain person at a certain time. So for me, I'll give you an example. I hired key people that I knew that I would invest in that could build my foundation better. So right now, I have a need for somebody that I did until I hired somebody. I had need for somebody that can handle all the back end. So all the funnels, all the sales pages, how to integrate that in the payment systems, how to make sure customers were getting what they needed. And I just didn't have time for that running the rest of the business. So I went ahead and hired somebody to do that. And then from there, he can learn the whole system as a whole and help build it out in the process. And from there, the next step is going to be hiring people under him that's going to be a professional, or will eventually be a professional as he trains them underneath them. So how is that done? How do you hire strategically in that manner? Well, basically, all my people, including the gentleman that does the back end, has a system that he's building, and he's writing down the steps that he needs to do to maximize the time to get things done. So everything that he does, he's finding a way to systemize it, his process. And from there, we have videos, we have things that we're writing to make it easier for the people that are going to come underneath him to do those tasks. So basically, he's going to be letting go the task that is repetitive and simple to train somebody else as he focuses more on the things that are going to grow the business, that's going to grow the company. And that is what I'm doing in every department of my business. So that's what I mean by hiring strategically. What is the next success hack? The next one is know your money goals. You have to know what exactly the type of money you want to make and if it's possible to make it in your industry. And this is where a lot of people overlook the fact that, they really love what they do, but they don't consider how much money they could possibly make. How many people are in that industry making the type of money they want to make? And this is the easiest way to be more successful is just reassess your position in your industry. Now, if you are an artist and you paint, maybe it's not something you want to keep in house and just do it yourself. You want to learn how to scale it and to be a bigger business and to work with bigger clients. Maybe if you're a handyman and you just do odd jobs on the side, you have to think on how you're going to scale it to become a nationwide company that can handle that type of industry. So you have to look at it, is the money even there? The money that you want to make. Maybe you want to make lots and lots and lots of money and you want to be, you could be anything from a YouTuber to a software developer, or you can actually build that business and hire out those people. But first, you got to really be honest with yourself and say, what type of money do I want to make? And how could I scale my business in a way that could bring in that type of profit? Or what type of businesses can I align with to make that profit? And even when you grow your business, you can even go vertical and say, what other things in my industry can I make into another business that will grow my net worth, that will grow my profits? So there's some ways that you can actually grow bigger, but not in just one niche. You can actually offload it to little niches that all connect. Last one, build a loop. Build a loop. So, what is build a loop? Build a loop is really just making the system and process. And what I like to tell you to build to really master in your business is make a loop that's a loop. I said it wrong. Make a loop that's going to provide you a steady stream of income. However, that is in your industry. And there's always a way to do it in every industry. So, let's go back to the artist and the handyman example. So the artist could build a hoop by offering monthly prints at a fixed price. So it would be like a service. And the handyman could offer a monthly service to get everything fixed up randomly around the house. Of course, there's probably going to be stipulations to that contract, but literally they can say, I will be your handyman once a month. I'll come by. You'll have a list that if it's over an hour, then it's going to be more. Same with the artist. The artist could have the subscription saying that, you get a free print at 8 by 11. And if you want a bigger site, it's going to be an additional cost. So you can maximize your company by just building a loop. You can even maximize yourself is in building a loop. That's why I said this could be for business or personal. So personally, the way to build a loop is really just build a habit that's going to gain momentum every time you do it. Now, this could be a process that you do to learn something new, or you can even say to make something better in your household or in the way you interact with your family and that dynamic. So here's two examples for how you could use it in your lifestyle. A hoop could literally be where you are doing a process over and over again where you would like to be a habit, say like reading a book for 15 minutes every night. Well, after you do it over enough time, you're going to be building more knowledge. And from that, you could take that knowledge and literally get a higher education in that. And however you are, whatever you're using it for, you can definitely maximize that. But you build a hoop. You build a loop. So you built a loop for yourself, for your personal development. And for the other one on cleaning, or you could say, interacting with your family better. But my thing is always cleaning. It seems when you build a loop, I always like to think of cleaning. So basically, how to do that is just stick to one thing that you don't mind doing and offload everything else to the other members of your family that can do those tasks. So you're building a consistent hoop. I keep mixing that up, don't I? Loop on what you are going to focus on. Say you really like washing windows. Well, you can literally wash windows for the whole household. You can wash the mirrors, you can wash the bathroom mirrors, you can wash the windows on the exterior of the house, you can wash the doors, all that's pretty much the same chemical. The mirrors in that house, just the accent mirrors, the picture frames, all that would be glass, right? You can literally go around the house with just glass cleaner and anything that has glass, your TV sets, your monitors, all that, you can just do that. And that will be your loop. And your other family members could do the same thing and something they don't mind doing. Say one doesn't mind cleaning the showers, then they can do the showers. Somebody doesn't mind doing the dishes, they could do the dishes. And then in that system, you can also branch out to different hours of the day or even different let's say, now I got off track, at different hours of the day or different days of the week, or even in seasons. You can do it seasonally. So that's how you maximize your success and you hack your success by doing this process. So let me name them again. So number one was work backwards. Have an idea and break it up into smaller reachable goals, and you're going to systemize it backwards so you can do the steps necessary to get you to that goal. Number two, hire strategically. Hire people that can train other people. Have a broad person first for a task that's going to do a number of different tasks that touches on their skill sets, and then have them train the people underneath them. Number three, know your money goals. Make sure that you are aware of where you want to be financially to benefit the people and opportunities in your life as you grow. So make sure the money is even there. So know your money goals and make sure you're tracking that. Number four, build a loop. Build a loop. Make sure that every task you do has a system and a process. That way you can get a lot more things done faster and you can ultimately reach your success goals overnight. So make sure that you go ahead and use these 4 success hacks to reach your goals faster. And I said overnight, it could literally be overnight. It really can. Just as long as you have a system in place and you do it consistently every day, before you know it, the time adds up, it compounds, and you will hit your next goal. Make sure you're always shooting big and you always have another goal in line, because I don't want you to lose momentum. I don't want you to feel like you reached the goal and that was it. It was good for the moment. And now what? Make sure you're always planning for the next big thing in your life. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so you see the next video. My name is Amena K. Thornton, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.